I'm leaving my house right now. I'm going to the church that I work for. It's 10:48 p.m. And tonight we're doing some network maintenance. As you guys know from the previous videos, our Dante network has had tons of issues over the years. And today we're finally putting an end to all of those problems.
Well guys, it did not work flawlessly.
And you may be wondering, why are you doing this at 11 o'clock on a Sunday night? Well, this gives us the most amount of time until the next Sunday service. That way we should have plenty of time to troubleshoot if something goes wrong. And so here I am right here with our brand new Aggregation Pro switch. This thing should hopefully solve most, if not all, of our Dante problems, unless we have some kind of crazy fiber problems in this building. So I have high hopes. We're gonna see what we can do tonight. I'm really hoping that we can get our problem solved. So you may be wondering, why the Aggregation Pro? Well, the Layer 2 aggregation, the standard UniFi aggregation switch for 269, does not have any Layer 3 support. And what that means is for Dante and Pro AV applications, it can't do QoS or it can't do packet rate filtering, and it struggles to keep up with the amount of packets we're sending. We have 2 Q-SYS cores. We have about 10 to 15 Dante devices on our network, which is seemingly small, but due to the scale of our network here at the church, we have tons of switches all over the place, and these switches are all connected at 10 gig per second, but all it takes is one switch that does not support QoS in the whole chain of things, and it causes problems. So currently our auditorium, one of our auditorium feeds connects back to our aggregation switch, and the aggregation switch then connects to a core switch. From the core switch, we have a feed to one of our auxiliary auditoriums, and the problem with that is the path from the auxiliary auditorium that has the core, the Q-SYS core, to the path to the auditorium, so that switch that we have in the auditorium goes through that layer 2 switch. Now, anything from the auxiliary auditorium to our kids' worship areas or whatever, those areas do struggle to keep up with the master clock. Again, that is because our master core is here in the auditorium, and those have problems reaching that Q-SYS core all because of this layer 2 rate limiting in QoS. If we can prioritize our clock, our audio, and our Dante traffic, we should be good to go. So by connecting every single switch to the Aggregation Pro switch, that essentially gives us a better layout to begin with, because we did recently add 2 UDM Pro Maxes. So that connection actually goes to a random switch and then back to the core. It's a mess. This switch should let us consolidate a bit and have everything feed from the core, which will be the Aggregation Pro, and it should all work flawlessly.
And this switch, of course, looks great. It's got 28 10 gig SFP Plus ports, 4 25 gig SFP 28 ports, and it does have the power backup port as well on the back of it. This device runs for $8.99 on UniFi's store, so it is a lot more expensive as well, but it is more feature packed. We also have the dual stacked UDM Pros, as you'll see here, and I think the best thing about the rack now is the aggregation switch because of how many ports we have on this 10 gig network. It's really going to help us in the future with future expansion or future growth. Well guys, it did not work flawlessly. So what happened was the switch setup itself was so easy, the installation was flawless. We migrated from the old aggregation switch to the new one, but we did and are still having some problems, and this may not even be related to the network at this point in time. So at first we did have some SFP anomalies, but after cleaning the fiber, those errors have cleared.
It is now 1:05 a.m. I'm just now getting home, and I think overwhelmingly it was a success. Everything seemed to go well. I am tired. I do think that after going through every single room, I guess most rooms that we needed to, I think after seeing those rooms, listening to the audio, everything sounded pretty good. So
it is the next morning after we have done the network upgrades. But most importantly, let's take a look here at our Q-SYS logs. It's empty. Oh look, our other one is also empty, which is a great sign. I will say though, this morning it was not empty. We had about 300 logs combined between the auditorium and auxiliary auditorium cores, and I was like, what in the world is going on? Well, for whatever reason, my QoS presets was actually flagging the clock traffic to be the lowest priority on the network. General network traffic was taking priority over that for whatever reason, and I can tell you that after I fixed that, it has been about 45 minutes after that, and I have not seen a single log message. And that sounded great until it was not great. But approximately every 147.3 minutes, we do have Q-SYS problems with the audio dropping out. There's some kind of clock or something that's running and causing these issues to happen. I've opened up a ticket with Q-SYS support to see what we can do about it, but at this point, I don't think it is a network problem because I don't think that anything IGMP snooping related or multicast filtering or whatever, I don't think anything like that would be causing the issues every 143 point whatever minutes. And I also think that if it was a network problem, we would have seen that more so when we had the older switch, not the high capacity aggregation because of the QoS and stuff. Like right now we're prioritizing the QoS packets. Those have top priority on our entire network. So for me, I don't think there's any logical reason on why a network setting would be causing these issues to happen. And that is where I want to leave it in this video. It's going to be a little bit shorter than normal, but I think that's a good point where we can stop. There's going to be a part 3 coming out of my Pro AV troubleshooting series where we're trying to figure out the issues at this network with the Dante and Q-SYS audio, so stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, if you have any other questions, comments, concerns about the aggregation switch or the Pro AV settings, let me know. I'm happy to make another follow-up video, and I will be making the follow-up video on the Pro AV specifically. I know a lot of you guys have asked me more questions about Pro AV, how you can use it, what are the best recommendations, and unfortunately, although I am having good luck with minimal audio dropouts, I'm still having those problems. So until I get those solved, it'll be hard to give like great advice, but I can tell you what worked for me and how we got to the point that we are right now. So thank you guys for watching this video. Have a great day. I will see you all in the next video.